Hello friends, welcome to today's session on Spark. In our today's video, we will learn a Spark performance tuning technique. With this demo, we will understand how to optimize the code when there is a date involved in the filter condition along with some aggregation operation. So before moving on to our demo, let us understand what is the Unix timestamp is. Unix timestamp is nothing but the numerical representation of the date value. Here you can see we have a 10-digit integer which on conversion into a human readable date, it will give us a date value. So this is all about the Unix timestamp. And the scenario that we are going to take today is we will have a data frame, and in that we will have a date column, and we need to apply some filter logic on that date column, and we also need to perform some aggregation on top of some other column. So that is what our today's use case is. The final aim of this video is to make you understand the optimized way of writing a code. We will see the logic in both PySpark as well as in Scala. That being said, let us move on to our demo. We are into my Databricks Community Edition account. I have created the cluster and also created the notebook for our demo purpose. And before moving on to our actual demo, I would like to show you a website, epochconverter.com, which helps us in understanding the Unix timestamp better. Like here you can see, you can give a date and you can generate the Unix timestamp, or else you can give a Unix timestamp and then you can convert it into a human readable format. So this site I will give it in a link in a description. You can go ahead and check it out. And that being said, let us move on to our today's demo. First we will see the PySpark approach of data filter and the Unix timestamp filter. So here we are going to take COVID-19 data set that I have downloaded it from Kaggle. I will give a link in the description. You can go ahead and download this data set for your use case. And as a first step, we are reading the file. It's taking some time. And now we are getting the count just for you to understand, like there is how many number of records in. We have around 14k records. And to get a glimpse of data, I will give you a display. So here you can see we have some data related to COVID information, date, time, and then state, and then what is the confirmed case, what is the queued case, what is the dead case. So those related informations we have. So here what is our use cases? From given date, from date to date, we need to calculate the sum of queued records that we have. So that's what our use case is. So for that I'm using the ordinary method, like the date column itself directly. So here you can see I am calculating the date between 2020 Jan till 2021 April, and I am grouping it by state, and I am aggregating the sum of queued records. So let me run this and display it. So here you can see the output got displayed for each and every state. The queued number of patients got summed up and it got displayed. And also you can see the time took for the command to run is 3.5 seconds. So let it be aside. Now let us continue with converting the date into a Unix timestamp. And in our PySpark we have a function called Unix timestamp, which is used to convert it into a Unix timestamp. So here I am giving a syntax like this. With column I am giving u underscore date, and this u underscore date is having a logic of Unix timestamp, and I am giving the date column and what is the format that is we are using inside the date. So the format of the date is YYY-MM-DD. So that is the format I am giving it here, and now I am converting it into a Unix timestamp. So let me display this data frame as well for you guys, so that you will understand this better. So you can see for the given date, we have a converted 10 number integer value, which is nothing but a Unix timestamp. We will use the Unix timestamp to apply the filter condition on top of group by and aggregate that we have did on the above statement. Like we will get the Unix timestamp for the 1st Jan of 2021 and also for the 30th April of 2021, and we will apply it in our Unix timestamp, and then we will get the total number of records to display. So for that I will go to the Apache site again, and let me give 2021 1st of January 12 am, and I am generating the timestamp. I am copying this and I am pasting the value here. So that will be the first one, and the second one will be 4th of April, April 30, and it is 11:59 p.m. I am giving it as 11:59 p.m., which is end of the day. So let me convert this again. I am copying this timestamp as well, and I am pasting it for the next one, and I am running this logic. So let it run. So here we are using timestamp, and you can see the difference. It got very much faster, and it has took half a second than the above one. It took 1.87 second, whereas the above command, when we are using date, it used around 3.5 seconds. That is the difference that we got. So now you could have understood like what is the best approach that we have to take now. This is because this is the integer related data. This integer related data will suit well in the catalyst optimization, and this catalyst optimization supports the integer data more than that of a date formatted types. So that's why we are getting much faster result when we are using a integer related data type than that of the date column. So we can also automate this process. I have written a simple Python code, like you can see from date and to date I am hard coding it, and then this is the script that we can convert it into a Unix timestamp. So let me run this. Here you can see f date is nothing but the one which we have given above. It has automatically converted the given date into a Unix timestamp. So this timestamp we can give it in our condition in such a way so that we can receive the value. So this is what the result is. So this is what for the PySpark is. Now let us move on to a Scala code, and let us see how we can achieve the same results. There is not much big change in the syntax, just we will go through the things. So here I am reading the data. I am using a magic command .scala %scala in order to use the Scala in the Python notebook. So I am running this. So it is running the command, it is reading the data. Let it run. Let us go through the other steps as well quickly. And in the next step what I am doing is I am doing a %scala, and I am importing the sum function, and again we are using the date related filter from 2021 January till April, and grouping it by state and acquiring the sum. Let me run this. So here also we have run the command, and let me run the next command, which will convert the date column into a Unix timestamp. Let me run this as well, and let me also display this for you guys before moving on to the next step. Let me run the display command. So for that, in_df2 dot display. I guess it will not work in Scala, so let me use display like this. So it ran, and we can see the Unix timestamp as well. Now let us use this Unix timestamp in our filter condition and get the aggregated result. So let me run this, and here you can again see this job got completed in 1.78 seconds, whereas the above condition that we used in Scala, still it took around 2.8 seconds to complete. The reason behind this performance improvement is obviously the catalyst optimizer, which works efficiently when we have an integer related data type than that of the string or else the data type related to a date. That's what the reason behind the performance improvement. Please try this in your production related data or else in your own machine. with a larger size of data set to understand this concept better. Hope you have understood this video better, and also try this in your own machine and let me know if you face any issues. I'm happy to help you. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Please subscribe to my channel and also give a thumbs up signal if you really like my content. Thank you.